Hey everybody, I'm Gina Jett. I'm a professional makeup instructor for transgender women and for cross-dressers. So this is the second video that I told my student that I would make for her. She is a trans woman and she needs, the first video was for the no makeup look and the other one is for a 10-minute makeup. So I'm demonstrating that you can do your makeup in 10 minutes. If you're trying to rush out the door and still be presentable, this is how you do it. I have already done my moisturizing, so I'm going to start with a tiny little bit of primer. This is hydrating primer. Just going to throw that on real fast. I hope that I can actually do this in 10 minutes and clean my hands. And then starting with the foundation, I'm going to do what I did in the other video because I liked it. So I'm going to do a little drop of foundation on my brush here. And just blend that in. So this is very similar to the no makeup look, except that I'm not going for that same natural look. So I'm going to be a little bit more bold with my shades, my eye color, and my lip color. But the principle is the same. The point is to get it done quickly and to cover up as much hyperpigmentation and color shifting and stuff like that on your skin as much as you can, and very quickly do your foundation. So another little dot, and make sure you get your eyelids. Make sure you get the corners of your nose there. Mine is really red there, so I have to always be really careful that I'm covering that adequately. Put on the forehead and lid. And give that a nice blend. So I could do my liquid blush now before I powder. That way it looks like it's coming from under the skin. So I'm dropping a little bit of the liquid blush on my fingers and tapping that on there, and then going to blend that in with my brush. So you could go a couple steps further if you want to. If this is okay and you want to just leave it like this, you can. Clean your hands. But you could also do a little bit of contouring too. Now I would normally do my contouring first, but I didn't. So I'm using, this is just a compact setting powder for darker skin tones, and this is from Milani. So I use this as a contour powder, and I'm using a contour brush so you can see how it's shaped kind of at an angle. And it's a stiff little scratchy brush, but it does a great job. So I'm taking just enough to get on the tips of the bristles. I'm going to bring some of that down in here. I don't want a lot. This is a daytime makeup, so I'm not trying to be all over the top crazy with it. You could do this. I'm not going to do the sides of my nose or my forehead, maybe a little on my forehead. I don't need to. So then we're going to follow that with the powder. We're putting the powder on top of the blush. So you're folding your puff, pulling in a little bit of powder onto the tip of the puff, and I'm putting it on my hand to squeeze it into the puff. And I don't want to put a whole lot of powder on my face. I just want enough to be able to set it. So I'm starting with my forehead and I'm pressing it down into the skin. Same with my lids. And push, push, push. Dab, dab, dab. I'm doing something called stippling. Careful around the eye area. If you have any wrinkles at all, the powder will enhance them. So be careful with the powder around the eyes. And so I don't need a lot because this is already pretty mattifying foundation. This is Maybelline Superstay. So it's already pretty matte anyway. Make sure I do a little bit better job with my powder there. So instead of using the really, really natural pale brown like I did in the previous video, I can go a little bolder because I'm not trying to do a no makeup look. So I'm going to use this gray palette. This is CoverGirl, and be honest with you, I'm not really a fan of CoverGirl eyeshadows, but I do like the range of grays. So I'm going to use a sponge wand applicator. I could use a brush too, but for this one, I'm going to pull up just a little bit of this gray here. And I mean just a little, And I'm going to just sweep it across my lid. So I'm going to blend it better with the brush. I still have the eyeshadow brush that I used in the previous video. Just kind of applying a little bit of color there. I'm not trying to blend and make it all perfect or nice. I'm going to do my blending with my brush. So then I'll come back with that same eyeshadow brush I used in the other video. And I'm just going to soften that up a little bit. And because I'm trying to demonstrate a 10-minute makeup, I'm actually being kind of sloppy, and I really wish I had a little more time. But this is the reality of trying to get ready for work and not spend a lot of time on your makeup. Just try to do a good job blending. And you could bring a little bit down on the bottom if you want. To substitute for eyeliner, you should not be wearing black, heavy pencil eyeliner under here anyway, especially at a corporate job. So don't do that. Blend that a little better. It doesn't look very well blended. And this is kind of why I'm not a fan of CoverGirl, or basically generally drugstore eyeshadows. I just don't think that they blend as well. But I do like to demo drugstore products a lot. So then I'm going to follow up with some mascara. And I can do, by the way, you know not to pump it. So don't pump it like that. Swirl. This is a brand new mascara, so I want to make sure that I'm activating it and I'm getting it really ready for use. So I'm swirling the brush around to take the product from the inside walls of the tube. And then when I pull it out, it's going to be a little blob there. I want to get rid of that little blob. Come down and get a little on my bottom lashes. Very carefully. And this is going to depend on how much time you have. If you have more than 10 minutes, then you can do a little more, you can do a second layer. So they will be a little bit more bold or more visible if that's what you like. But to just get out the door quickly, I'm just going to do the one coat. So I'm going to refresh the brush, get rid of that little blob, come back and do the top ones. So my mirror is far away and I'm not wearing my glasses because I wear glasses, so makeup is difficult to put on myself. When I'm working on a client, of course, I have my glasses on. So I'm probably going to make mistakes. And I'm not trying to build up my lashes really big. I just want some, see, yep, I screwed up, got a little blurb on there. But I can clean that up with a dry Q-tip. After, if you do get mascara on your skin, wait until it's completely dry. And then scrape it off with a dry Q-tip. Don't do it when it's still wet. You're going to get a smear. So I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't want a whole lot of, you know, I'm not trying to be Tammy Faye Baker here. So the last thing is my lip color. And again, I'm going to use the L'Oreal Infallible Tinted Gloss that I love so much. But now I'm going to use one, I'm going to use one that's a little bit more, which one is which? I'm going to use one that's a little more bold in color. That's not the natural no makeup look. So this one is actually a little more bold. You can do any color you want. Although, if you're going to work, you should not wear red. I don't know if this is a great color for me. But the point is to get out the door quickly. So you can switch your stuff up pretty to fit your own taste. But basically that was to demonstrate that you can get out the door in 10 minutes, and we did it. So good luck. And if you have any more questions, you can feel free to email me. I have my email address right down there at the bottom. So have a great day.